All right, hey everybody, this is John and welcome to the free video. And I'm looking at the S&Ps tonight. There's a little weakness here, and I know that we should all be trained to buy the dip. However, I have noticed in the past when you have a huge run up into monthly expiration, oftentimes the week of monthly expiration, you actually get a pretty sharp pullback. And I know pullback's kind of a dirty word because we just don't see them anymore. Obviously, there's going to be a big one at some point. But my question here is, could we at least come back to this kind of level of about 32.50? We're at 32.80 right now. We're falling. We're down 9 points right now. It's not out of the realm of possibility. In addition, there is a 30-minute squeeze here. And right now it's about 6 o'clock Central at night. And I think this thing could fire short. So what I want to do here is I actually want to short some futures real quick because when I see a setup like this, I just like to take it. So on the S&Ps, so we already reviewed the setup. Let me sell 10. And then for good measure, I'm going to sell 10 more. Now, I just bought some puts on these as well, and I can show you how to do that real quick if you haven't done it. So on the ES market, at least on a lot of the brokers like Tasty and Thinkorswim, and I just shorted these futures here. So what you can do is buy puts as well, and puts on the futures options. So what I'm going to do is you can see I got some of the 3280 puts earlier. I'm going to go ahead and get 10 more. So the 3280s, which are at the money basically. Now the reason I actually, if I'm buying a stock, I'll go in the money. And I go in the money on the stock because of, it's a stock. And on futures, futures are already leveraged. So if you're going in the money on a futures contract, you might as well just get the futures contract, right? Because like the margin, well, gosh, the margin there is actually pretty insane. And by the way, what you can do is you can actually buy calls to offset the margin as well. So you know what? Let me do that real quick. So watch this. I'm going to buy these 3330s. I'm going to go ahead and buy 140 of those, or maybe 50. And just out of curiosity here, if I bought 50 of them, I don't think it's going to cost me too much. Yeah, 3 grand. So now look at this. Now my margin requirement dropped to $5,600. Okay, so that's a way to actually control your margin requirement, and then you're hedged if something insane happens overnight, and you wake up and the futures are up 40 points. You at least got that hedge in place, right? So anyway, I like that. But I also notice here that I'm long 50 calls, but I'm short 40, so I can buy 10 more here. Puts. So I'm going to come and get the 32. I'm going to get, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and get, I'm going to get 10 more of the 3280s. And bada boom. Yeah, I just won it, so I'm not going to be a dick for a tick. And boom. All right, so my margin requirement is $7,500 simply because my futures and my put options on the S&Ps are now offset by this, and the broker's not freaking out about unlimited risk. Okay? Obviously, if the market turns around here, I would have a pretty decent loss. If we went through 3,300, so I can play around with that. I'll decide before we go to bed. But I tell you what, that setup looks pretty good. Okay, so what next? So now, if you're not, so I'm sure a lot of you have, well, I got a story here on Beyond Meat. So on Monday, I had a really amazing day on Monday. And then Beyond Meat just basically poked fun at me the rest of the day. So I've set up this account. It's a bigger account. I'll show it to you here in a second. And in the account, I'm trying to make 2.5% a week that I can wire out. This is a 7-figure account. So I was so excited on Beyond Meat, and these are trades that I made in the trading room. And it's like, wow, 160 grand. And that's out. And I lost some money on Google, and then I lost some money on Roku, but then I made $45,000 trading Tesla, right? So all in all, a pretty solid, a great day. I love having high 6-figure days. All right, so what did I do? Well, I bought calls on Beyond on Friday, hoping they'd gap up on Monday and go fill the gap at 105.41. They did, and I got out, and I was like, woohoo! And then I watched this, and I was like, oh my god, I could have made so much more money. But you know what? That is trading. So anyway, that was kind of a crazy stock, but there's a lot of crazy stocks here right now. CGC is exhibiting some same patterns. You can see that volume coming in like that. Guess what? Shake Shack has a pattern right now, just like Beyond Meat. Exact same pattern. Boom. Pinterest has the exact pattern as Beyond Meat. So are these ones going to go next? That's kind of the question here. All right, so one thing I want to share with you guys is that we're setting up a fresh 10K account. Go to simplertrading.com/small. And and this is something where basically you can get trade alerts sent to your phone. So this is an example of what you get. So this is like the Beyond trade. So I bought 10 Beyond calls at 770. That was a signal that went out. And then, feed them ducks on, that was on the 10th, and on the 13th, we're getting out at 13.15. All right. So obviously if you bought 10, you made whatever, $6,000. On my bigger account, I bought 250. I'll show you that real quick. So that's the idea like that. Obviously you position size based on your account. Some other things, let's see. We sold Netflix, butterfly. Okay, that got to our target, so that was great. For JP Morgan, we did a butterfly and got out of it for a pretty decent profit. So anyway, that's the idea. And then there's also commentary on the markets. And again, so this is all sent to your phone. So I was looking for some weakness in Google, but that's not working. And this are some trades for today and all this kind of stuff. Bought some puts on Amazon. So the idea with this is that these are push notifications that will go to your phone. Okay, we've got an app, a Simpler Trading app. You sign up for the service, you enable notifications, and all that comes to you real time. And it's actionable stuff. It's what I wish I would have had when I was working. So what I'm doing on that is I'm setting up. All right, so let me show you this. I don't know if I can squeeze all this in here. So this is my live account. That was awesome. I could take the time to edit this for professionalism. So, okay, so this is my live account. So current trades that I'm in right now, and so P&L so far year to date is $402,000, and I started off I think at 1.2 something million or 1.3 something million, but then what I do is then I wire out 2.5% of my net account value every week, and the goal is, of course, is to not only wire out, but actually continue to grow the account. So I think if I come in here and just say, show, say, trades, withdrawals, transfers, dividends. So, no, not withdrawals, yeah. So, yeah, so the first week I was able to wire out $38,200 and then wired out $38,000. And so my goal is to actually do that every week. And so you're able to grow your account while withdrawing from it money that you can use for whatever you want. Okay, so that's kind of the goal with this account. Now what I've also done is set up a separate small account. It's $10,000, and I don't know what all this is. I haven't done anything in this yet, but I'm going to start doing trades in this account tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern or Central. And so the idea with this is that, yes, I'm doing trades in my big account, but I'm also going to find appropriate trades to do in a smaller account, like a $10,000 account. Now, what I'll do is if I say, okay, I'm buying 10 calls at $1 in my $10,000 account, well, if you've got a $5,000 account and you want to follow my position size, you would buy 5 calls, right? And if you've got a $1,000 account and you want to follow my position size, then you would buy 1 call, all right? But so tomorrow at 12 noon, I'm going to have a live trading session where I kick off doing these trades and explaining it, and then from there I'll continue to communicate via push notification. All right, so what is this? If you go to simplertrading.com/small, you'll see John Carter's Small Account Mastery Program. And of course, I think the main thing here is that, hey, you got push notifications. I can basically communicate with you, even if you're a full-time trader or if you're at work. And if you've got a big account, that's fine too. But the main goal here is that you've got someone watching the markets for you and saying, hey, this is exactly what I'm doing. So in addition to trade alerts, it's also just general market commentary as well. And then once a month, we actually get together online and have a live trading session. So the next one's going to be tomorrow, January 15th from 12 to 3. And then there's one each month. And it's a time, to ask questions, doing stuff live so I can teach you kind of what I'm looking at and stuff like that too. And then again, in between each session, you're going to get a continuous stream of information from me straight to your phone, market commentary, here's what's going on, here's a trade I'm doing, and obviously the main highlight there is specific trade alerts, entries, and exits. All right, well, that's what I got. You guys have a great rest of the trading week. And then for those of you joining me tomorrow for the live trading session, it'll be a lot of fun. Go to simpletraining.com/small. I think you can scroll down to the bottom of this and there'll be a link that shows you where you can get all signed up and ready to go. Have a fantastic night. We'll see you tomorrow.